What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Blues Day Tuesday to all you fine people out there in the YouTube verse. I am Huck, your host here at the Morning Mug. Looking forward to talking all kinds of good stuff. Went to Comic-Con this weekend. Oh man, was that was fun. If you have not seen, if you're on Instagram and you're following the old Huckster there, you've got to go check out this video that I shot of this person inside this amazing Galactus costume. This thing is unbelievable. It's like two or three times the height of a normal human being, and obviously it's a person on stilts and an added headpiece that's got lights in it. And oh my god, it was a showstopper. And I've been to a lot of Comic Cons and I've seen some pretty amazing costumes that fans make. I mean, those cosplayers out there, you guys, you get my mad respect, y'all. But this thing, whole nother level. So let's keep the show on a whole nother level. You know how it goes. Bob is here with me to sort of laughably click the buttons to the next thing. Let's see what happens as we grab our drink, grab our snack. Because, oh boy, it's time for the morning mug. Hit it, Bob. Sort of. Well, it's there. Hold on. There it is. Hey, my friends, welcome back to the Morning Mug. Now, let's chat. You know how it goes. Anyway, so what y'all drinking? What's your morning snack, evening snack if you're across the globe, your lunchtime snacko, all that good stuff. I, of course, have had my, on Tuesday, it's got to be fast, so it's a bowl of cereal and some delicious iced tea, slightly sweetened. There you go. But man, let's just jump right in and see who's hanging out in the old cafe. Love the door swings open. Of course, there's Dave hanging out there. Good morning to you. Says, I can't wait to you got me on your big screen? Well, that sounds cool. You've seen the Fantastic Four. Have you seen it at all yet? Or is this like another screening? I've seen it once and liked it quite a bit. We will talk about that. And I have one item coming today from Amazon. The Nobody Steelbook. Nice. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well, no, yeah. I know I was saying things like that, but I haven't officially said I'm going to do a late night show yet. Although maybe I'm planning on, you'll know, like my wife even said, is today your last day? I'm like, for what? I'm not, the people have spoken and they want me to hang. So she goes, oh, your night show. I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, maybe in August we'll try some night shows and see how that goes. But we're here, man. Mr. Moody is here, mug in mouth, ready to go. Kelly, good morning, Huck and friends. The 2-week challenge, I chose Guardians of the Galaxy Duel. That is great. What a great pick. I love that soundtrack, man. I love it. We may have to talk about your pick today, and I'll tell you why as we get there. Candace is here. What's up? What's up to you? William, what's up, my friend? Let's see. I've been up all morning watching game shows. Whoa, sorry I missed last Tuesday. That's all good, man. Thanks for being here today. What game shows do you rock me? I also tell you, I work on game shows. In fact, I'm casting Password at the moment. So if anybody would love to be on Password and you're watching this video and you're seeing the old Huckster tell you, just go online and look for casting. If I had the flyer ready to show you, I would. But just do a little Googling. It's like Password castingcrane.com, something like that. It's slightly in my brain, but yeah, just go there and apply. And if you make it through, come back and tell me on Instagram that, oh, I got through, I got a call, I got an interview. And these are legit. So if you get a call from one of my team members and they go, hey, we saw your application to be on Password. And look, Password is, of all the game shows, it's the most fun. It's easy. All you have to have is personality. Right? Don't come on like old fuddy-duddy, like you've had a bad day. It's like, hey guys, like you're out. I'll never see you. Like what I do is I edit your video. So they get you first, they interview you, they play the game with you, and then I get the video, and then I cut it down into like 2 to 3 minutes of awesome interview and gameplay. We submit that to the execs, and they either like you or they're, maybe they have too many like you, so they got to pick different. You never know what the circumstances are that you don't make it, but all you got to do is just be your best, be yourself, be the best you can be, and you just might get there. So good luck to you if you love Password. Now, I've had so many of those Password. Mama Blu-ray's here. What up, girl? Haven't seen you in a while. Bonnie, good morning. Are you a Password fan? Did you watch Password? Who was it? Burt Convy did Password Plus or something like that, right? And Betty White met her love, Alan, what is it? Alan Ludden, or right? Alan Ludden, is that his name? Yeah. Did the original Password. So good. You ever had a bowl of watermelon for breakfast? That sounds so healthy, and I love watermelon. That's my favorite fruit. I ain't gonna lie. It's gotta be sweet though. The one thing about watermelons that I think is different than like apples, oranges, and all that. If you get one that's just kind of it's like it ruins the whole watermelon, because the whole watermelon tastes that. But if you get one, chef's kiss, that is sweet as the morning dew. It's good stuff. Hey, I'm Blu-ray. Adrian James is here. Doing good, man. Mama B, boom. It should be a first time watching. Nice. Enjoy. Hello, Huck. I'm doing good. Here's Ham. What's good for you, bro? And this Saturday coming up, you're seeing Naked Gun. Noise. That is definitely the one high on my list to see this weekend. By the way, I got to just take a gander. How do I look? How do I sound? I guess sounds okay. I guess it sounds and looks all right. But anyway, I'm just stoked to be here, y'all. So we're going to get to some fun topics. I'll tell you a little bit about Comic-Con this weekend. Again, because thanks to StreamYard, I didn't plan any big photo montage because I can't do it on here anymore. I'm going to look for a new platform. But anyway, so we get there on Saturday. I was working, so I couldn't go those pre-days like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, So I didn't get to see the South Park guys on Thursday. That would have been kind of fun to watch them because they are very timely in the news right now. And, I just wanted to mark. There we go. And yeah, so I get there on Saturday to the first thing I wanted to see was I'm having a brain fart. What was it? I think I left my thing there. But it was the Toys That Made Us. Yeah, anybody watch the Toys That Made Us on Netflix? So they are coming out with two brand new seasons. And because I was there, I'll throw out a couple of toys that they're planning on doing for their episodes. You got Polly Pocket is coming for those who love to collect Polly Pocket. Hot Wheels. What are the ones like Mad Balls? It's the big balls. It was like a big eyeball or big old ugly slimy head, or and they were sort of a little squishy, almost like Nerf, which is kind of good because Nerf is also one of them. Fast food toys. I thought that was kind of fascinating. So it's not just McDonald's; it's other fast food things. So it's a good little lineup of toys coming out for the next thing. Ghostbusters, the Ghostbuster toys, and they even talk about how their Ghostbusters and the real Ghostbusters, which had like the orangutan and the two guys from Saturday Mornings, which came out like in the 70s. They put out toys sort of at the same time to sort of, jump on the bandwagon of the name Ghostbusters. Of course, why wouldn't you? So, yeah, so that ought to be a good episode. Anyway, anybody else like those shows? I thought the first 3 seasons was pretty darn good. Of course, in season 1, you get a Star Wars episode about those toys, and in season 2, you get Star Trek. Best of both worlds, baby. They are both fantastic episodes. Go watch those, man. Even if you just watch 2 episodes, watch those. If you're a He-Man fan, they did one on He-Man. That was great. Yeah. So there's a bunch of panels there that are always fun to see. At the end of this Comic-Con, I always love going to these guys. It's Mark Altman. He's a writer producer in the industry. He's done he was involved in Let's see. I cannot see produced, but yes, he produced and wrote. I think Free Enterprise with Bill Shatner, and then he had his panel of experts, and he's got a podcast that I've talked about on here before called the Glorious Treksperts, and they are Star Trek experts, and they talk about the show, and they have guests on. It's just amazing. If you like Star Trek, I highly recommend and Glorious Treksperts. Please check them out. They're amazing. So a good chunk of those people are part of this panel, and it's called Starship Smackdown. And what they do is they show you, gosh, I don't know how many it was, maybe 12 ships, like big old ships, So some are ludicrous and some are badass. So it's like you got the Battlestar Galactica, you got a Superstar Destroyer, you've got the Battlestar Pegasus, you've got Andor's what is it, the Holocraft, the I can never remember the names, but the Holocraft was there. The weird ship from Black Hole, which I always look at more as a space station than a ship, that shows up. Oh my god. So there's this thing called Sun Ra's ship. There's a movie we all have to check out. It looks ludicrous. I mean, this ship, just look up Sun Ra's starship, and then that'll probably tell you the name of the movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's insane. So sometimes you get the most ludicrous. Oh, we had a couple of anime. For the first time, they never like to do anime. Mark's like been against it, but a lot of audience people speak up and they like, let's get some animated ships in there. So you get the animated Star Trek ship from Prodigy, and then you get the Planet Express from Futurama. So 2 animated ships made it into the competition. Those 2 ships got destroyed in their first rounds. And so it was really good. And it's fun just to watch them argue which ship should beat the other ship. Oh, of course you had a starship in there. It was the Starship Enterprise from the original motion picture was in there. So, and they always go up against another one. And there were 7 panel members. So there is a potential tiebreaker. So it's 3 against 3. There's a tiebreaker. And I'm telling you, I'm just saying, the battles, let's just say that Sun Ra ship makes it to the end of the show. Mind you, going up against things like, and I don't know if it specifically went up against Enterprise or Superstar Destroyer, but just know that neither of those made it to the end. And Sun Ra's goofy looking, double eyeball, weird boob looking ship makes it to the end. Just go Google it. Google it, Sun Ra Starship. There you go. So that was super fun. And the reason I say that is because now I have, check it out, I got Free Enterprise right here, and I've got Mark Altman's autograph and Robert Meyer Burnett, who I just love. Robert's on John Campion's show. He's also got his own show, Let's Get Physical, every Sunday morning. Got to talk to him after the end of the show and just tell him how much I love the show. We started talking about physical media a little bit and where we think it's going. So it's fun to sort of talk with a like-minded person about the stuff that we like, which is, collecting physical media. That was great. I wish I could have talked longer with them, but it's literally, they are the end of the convention. So they're ready to go. I'm kind of ready to go, but I would just love to just hang out with them for an hour and just talk shop. I think that'd be great. I also showed him my website or my YouTube channel. So Rob, I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, thanks, man. It was a pleasure meeting you guys. And anyway, that and tons of cosplayers. It's just, here's the thing though, as fun as the atmosphere is with Comic-Con, it can be a bit overrated. It's just crowded. It's so crowded. When you get to that vendor floor, dude, it's like, okay, so you ever watch The Phantom Menace and Star Wars and you see the traffic outside the windows and they're going in like all directions and they're multi-layered and they're going this way and that way. You're like, boy, it's a good thing they have a traffic system and they would just collide. That is 100% what the floor is like at Comic-Con, like people going both ways. And if you manage to weave yourself into the line coming this way, don't think you'll be able to stay up with your friend. So I was with my buddy Joe. Shout out, Joe. We were just literally walking across the alley. And as he walked, and I was like right behind him, the line that was going the other direction just came right in front of me and didn't stop. I was like, doop-de-doo. I just watched Joe get further, turn the corner, disappear. I'm like, I'll be there eventually. So eventually I just turned and went and looked at some Paramount setup and all that stuff. So if you got any questions about what it's like at Comic-Con, leave them down here. I'll answer them if you want to know what's the coolest blah, 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 or the best costume. I don't know. Just leave it down there. But I will say, like I said, that Galactus thing, whew, so cool. All right, so that is my 2 cents there on Comic-Con. It could go on all day, but let's just keep the ball rolling, see who's here. Mr. Moody says, I just watched Judgment Night. Oh, yeah, so. Mm-mm. Oh, you're doing the robot one, huh? Yeah, that's the next one. Yeah, this week was a killer soundtrack, so if you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, it's killer soundtrack week. You look good and sound good. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, thank y'all. I didn't see the George Lucas panel because I knew exactly what you were saying right there. It was going to be on YouTube. Because here's the deal. All right, here's some more. Why Comic-Con is a little overinflated. So Hall H is this giant auditorium room. Holds, I forget, 8,000 people. A lot. But not really. Because there's like over 100,000 people at this convention. And of course, George Lucas rarely, if ever, does these things. In fact, I don't know how many times he's done it, but I know it's rare. And so here he is talking about the museums that, and Guillermo del Toro was there and all that. There were people already sitting outside the night before, camping out, sleeping outside in the stars under these tents. And I mean, there's like 20 tents, and then it goes down the bay, like so that this convention center is sitting on like the San Diego Bay there, and it goes down the bay. Like, so if you get in that line, and look, I've done this enough. I've been to Comic-Con since the 90s. Hall H for me is just like, it used to be something. I get it. If you've come from out of town and you want to experience Hall H and you've never done Comic-Con, maybe that's worth you spending hours and hours and hours in that line just to get into Hall H. Now, if you get into Hall H, that's the place to stay. Just stay there. Don't go to the vendor floor. Don't go look for merch. Just stay in there, and you do get a pass. Like if you need to go out and go to the bathroom, grab something to eat, they get it, and they give you a little thing that lets you back in. But you got about, I don't know what it is, 15 minutes to get your butt back in there, or your seat is forfeited. That's it. So, so if you do make it in, that might be worth it too. But I would only do that for one day. So if you're there for 5 days, just do that once. Because then if you're always in that line, you're missing out on all the vendors and all the other there's panels going on everywhere that are so much fun. Like these guys, like the Starship Smackdown. If you're in Hall H, you're going to be missing all this stuff. So treat yourself to what the other stuff that Comic-Con has to offer you, because I don't do that line anymore. Like I don't need to just stand there for 4 hours hoping you get into Hall H. You could be that guy, and I was that guy one time. It was when Spider-Man 3 was coming out, I believe, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 3. My wife was in Hall H, because she doesn't do the floor and all that stuff. So she got into Hall H early, sat down, and she held my seat for as long as she could. But I still had to stand in the line to get in. I couldn't just come to the door and go, my wife is in there holding me a seat. They don't do that. You have to wait in line like everybody else. And I got 16 people from the door. I counted. And they shut the door. They got, we're full. And she texted and said, sorry, I had to give up your seat. I'm like, it's all good. You're in there. Have fun. Tell me how good it was. It's because the floor is so crowded. I was at the other end of the convention center. It took over 20 minutes just to walk. Imagine just walking in a building, and it takes you 20 minutes to get from one end to the other. Even though the building was empty or had somewhat of an empty-ish pathway, you could do it in 5 minutes. And I would have made it in there. But it took so long to get from one end to the other. My fault. It's all my fault, though. That it was you're not going to get in. So that's what it's like. That's what it's like, my friends, at the old Comic-Con. So there you go. Let's keep going. See who's here. Watch the show, The Toys That Made Us. Yeah, I like that show. I love Free Enterprise. Like when Shaq and Scott look at it. I know, right? I'd never seen it, And of course, the rap. And Shatner wanted that. That was his thing. That little Caesar rap. That was funny. And it'd take me. I had not really seen this, but I bought it and I watched it during COVID. Remember when COVID was here? Who doesn't? and I ended up getting COVID and had to take the shots and all that stuff. And I watched this, and this put a big smile on my face, and it got me through COVID. So yeah, I told Rob, yeah, your show cheered me up, put me in a good mood. Also watched Argo right after that. I love that movie. We lost a lot of legends. I know, Candace. I know. It was kind of a sad week last week. Hopefully this week is a little chill. What's Sue gonna get and the Steelbook crew? That's a darn good question, because I will have to say, hold on. What is this doing here? Hold on, remove. See, I'm starting to figure this out, guys. I have to take everything away that I've already played, or it overwrites the other one. So, hang on. I'm going to see if I can facilitate your request on a very short notice. Because, see, Bob didn't have this lined up. No shade, Bob, but I get it. It's tough. It's tough, but I think you'll, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. All right. Well, we don't know where the good one is, so let's just show them what you got. Here we go.
What's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? Hey, what's Sue gonna get? And these guys too.
Now the Steelbook crew.
Tell them, Sue.
What's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? I don't know, but hey, what's Sue gonna get?
All right. Look at me just hanging there. Just, don't you love it, y'all? All right. So it's Sue and the Steelbook crew and yourselves, your lovely selves. You're probably heading out there today to go check out some new releases. So it's my job to tell you, to learn you, to show you. You see, you got to completely get rid of it like this. And then, nope. Here it is. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, here we go. So, let's just throw me over there. There you go. Love that circle, y'all. So it is a good day for new releases, mi amigos and amigas. Starting with The Golden Child on 4K, Jade with David Caruso on 4K. A lot of 4Ks up here. Let's Scare Jessica to Death. Oh, that sounds mean, y'all. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, 4K. Now, if you want to know, I'm going to pimp out our friend here. Go to Ken's channel at Mid-Level Media. He's done a review already of that. And may I just say, I'm a bit shocked to hear what is not so special about that release. To the point where I don't know if I'm going to get it. Like, just seeing that on 4K, is it enough for that pricey uptick when you don't even get the TV cut or the extended cut or the dolphin scene, training scene that people seem to love? I've seen that scene and love it. And none of it's there as either a bonus feature, a deleted scene, anything. So it's sort of a little lackluster that Shout, by the way, and I'm not trying to throw shade, because Shout was actually at the convention. It was the only physical media place there. And I did patron their booth and bought something. So I will share that with you in just a bit. And I'm going to do a video on it later. So you'll see the contents. I'm gonna save I'll tease it here and do the contents in the video. But anyway, you got Billy Madison, you got Dirty Work coming out. Thunderbolts. I'm not surprised they don't put Thunderbolts up top, but maybe they don't think Thunderbolts is as big as Jade or the Golden Child. But there you go, Thunderbolts on 4K. You're also going to see it down there in Blu-ray. To Catch a Thief is coming out as a nice 4K steelbook. For moi, I've got the movie already. You may have, I did my spew last week that I have a video out that talks about, am I done collecting? And you'll see where I'm headed with the collecting. But the double dipping of the unnecessary collecting of just an additional version of something just because it's on a steelbook isn't my bag anymore. So To Catch a Thief, I won't need it. I got the movie. It's about the movie, not the packaging. If I didn't have the movie yet, that would be very enticing. But I do, so I won't. Next up is a steelbook for Thunderbolts. So if you don't have it yet, that might be cool. Enter the Void. It's coming out there. Ooh, The Beyond, that looks kind of gross. The Phoenician Game, which did virtually zero at the box office when it was out in theaters, 4 weeks ago? and didn't do hardly anything at all. Very low rated film, or profit film. A New Leaf on 4K. That's a cute looking steelbook. Never heard of it though. Charlie One Eye Blu-ray. Ace Ventura's also got that funny, hilarious steelbook, which is just top of his head. Although it's interesting, also Ken's video, go check it out. It's very informative, chocked full of info. He talks about the reason you can't see Jim's entire head is because it's a copyright thing. I guess it's okay on the normal things like the 4K and the Blu-ray because that's the movie poster and that's that. But maybe when it's a newly commissioned artwork or something like that, you've got to get permission to use the actor's likeness, which is kind of interesting because I figured once you're in the movie, your likeness is used to promote the film in perpetuity. That's how I would see it. But I guess not so for Mr. Carey. Now, the Jet Li collection, I will say, was at the convention. So I got a nice sneak peek of that Jet Li collection. I did not pick it up, but it looked pretty sweet. Criminally Insane, Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers. Where else would they be? We're No Angels media book. The Nick Millard Action Collection. Nobody steelbook. That's the one that old Dave's got coming. That is a nice looking steelbook. Again, I have it on 4K, so I don't need to double dip just to get that steelbook, but it is nice. Errol Flynn movie. They died with their boots on. That's cool, I guess. Let's see. Who is this? Sorrow, Alien Hitchhiker. Fade to Black. I believe that's a De Palma film, isn't it? Let's see. Fair Maidens of Outer Space. Let's just sort of fly through here. What else? Anything of note? Hiding Out. That's a John Cryer film. Sissy. The Devil in Our Heels with... Who is that? Can't quite tell. All right, let's see. Anything else jumping out? Nothing super cray at the bottom here. Thunderbolts Blu-ray at the bottom. That's funny. The Blood of Fu Manchu. Oh, here's a nasty one. Asylum 4K. I know a lot of you horror fans out there. Maybe that appeals to you. Chainsaw Man Season 1. Never heard of it. Take off. This is a loaded day, y'all. Like, I'm still rolling down here. Yeah, it's too many to read. Too many to read is a Chainsaw Man. My gosh, still going. Highlander animated show. Destroy All Neighbors. There's Hiding Out again. Oh my gosh. Okay, today is insane. All right, we're just going to, that's it. Unless something pops out. There's a Linda Blair movie called Dead Sleep. Monster Shark. For real. God, I feel like I've rolled into next month's already. I'm going so far. I'm like, am I still on today? There's your standard Thunderbolts. I think that's going to be the Thunderbolts. Can you see my cursor right there? Yeah. That is the special edition. And sorry, I'm looking this way because my second monitor's over here. It's too small over here. That is the Walmart special edition slipcover. And so let's talk about this. All right, so here. All right, anything else? Whatever. Okay, my God. Okay, with Weapon 2, Ocean. Like, all these movies are out already. Half these movies, are out. So, I don't know. Just had to repress them. Anyway, here you go. Thunderbolts. I'm just going to show you this cover. So, what do you see when you look at this? So here it is. Thunderbolts, asterisk, The New Avengers, which if you've seen the movie, spoiler right now, that's what they label themselves as at the end of the movie. And that's why there's an asterisk on the title. So when you look at this is why I think the movie, in spite of being very good, it's a good movie. It deals with mental health and the relationships between all these yahoos and everything. So at the end, they're teased as the New Avengers, but look at them and look at what we had. We had Iron Man, we had Hulk, Thor, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and I'm not just talking about. Okay, I am also talking about colors. Okay, the other team had such a variety of looks and color tones and sort of, I don't know, excitement to their appearances, that when you looked at them in that team, okay, come on, you got to get on the same wagon when I talk about that shot in Avengers that Joss Whedon directed where he spins around all 6 of them and they're all in their epic hero poses. This team doesn't possess that essence. I mean, look at, they all look haggard. Their suits are just they're all drab. And even at the end, I mean, I'm sure they quickly put together some sort of matching outfits so that the movie had something for the end. But I can guarantee that won't be what they look like if these become the new Avengers. But it's also, they're all so broken. And I get it. That's why I love Thunderbolts as Thunderbolts. Like, you didn't have to make these guys the new Avengers. I just kind of like them as their own team, as a separate team. It's like Guardians, you know? It's like Guardians is they're over here and the Avengers over here. You can have Thunderbolts. But when you look at this team, and I love them, I sort of love sort of all the bickering and the bantering. But for me, and I don't know about you, when I'm thinking the new Avengers, I kind of want Sam Wilson in there. Let's get War Machine in there. Personally, even if you didn't like TV show, let's get She-Hulk in there. It's still a great character. And yes, I'll go tooth and nail with you on that one. Still a great character in spite of what you thought of the show. She-Hulk has been a staple Avenger in the comics because it's one of the ones I watched growing up. The Wasp, man, like Evangeline Lilly, who I adore, has, you know, I know it's always usually Janet Van Dyne is the one in the comics, but still, Hope Van Dyne is the new one. She's the new one playing the Wasp. She's perfect. So you've got all these really great, perfectly tailored characters ready to go. And you guys probably even throw a couple more out. Why not even keep Hawkeye in there? For crying out loud, they screwed him over on his season 2 show. And I thought Hawkeye personally was my, second or third favorite Marvel TV show. Probably put it up there. Like, I loved Loki, but I thought the final episode dropped the ball. And then season 2 was okay. I didn't like how it ended for Loki, but the entirety of Hawkeye, I loved it beginning to end. It was like a little James Bond spy story. So, but yeah, anyway, so that's the thing. That's when I look at that as Thunderbolts, I just see Thunderbolts. I don't really look at them as the new Avengers, but there you go. Nonetheless, y'all, that is what's coming out. Oh my gosh, what a loaded fragging day. What appeals to you? For me, it's a good question. I don't know. I will get Thunderbolts at some point. Like I said, here's the thing, though. I usually don't get stuff day one, but if you want that special Walmart one with the slip, that's that one I just showed you, you probably want to get that. Because Walmart just doesn't keep things in stock, Robert and I were talking about, Robert and Mara Burnett, we were talking about how Walmart and Target, well, not Target because they're done. Well, although Target still sells it online. So when Walmart, Target, and Amazon stop selling physical media, that's when we're all going to be in trouble, because at least we still get it at those 3 venues online. You don't get it at Target in store anymore, which is fine. But you do have that outlet online. And that's really good too, because they'll do that buy 2, get 1 free thing quite often. And if you play your cards right, and look, I've said this for years. I have a video. You can go check it out. I was probably 3 years old, and I've said it on the Morning Mug here a couple of times. If you do the buy 2, get 1 free, always group your movies according to price, right? It seems to make sense, but sometimes people like to load their cart and they get 6 movies because you buy 2, get 1, buy 2, get 1. There's 6. Go, and you pay it. But what it's doing is it's charging you for all 3 of those high-priced ones, and then it's going to find the 2 lowest ones and make those your free ones. So you're not saving the proper money. So you want to get 3 that are at that $25, $30 price. So you get 1 free, and then done. Put it in the cart, buy it, and move on. Then load your cart again with 3 more titles of the same price. If it's $12 to $15 each, group those together, boom, done. And then finally, if they're under $10 each, like, $5 to $8, boom, 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 done. Do it like that, my friends. I've been saying that for years. So that's how you take advantage of that deal. So let's keep on going. We got Jay Taylor here today, checking in from not remotely the morning Manchester. Well, hello. Dude, I had such a good time in the UK. We were there a month ago. Had a fabulous good time. Way too short, though. Like, we were powering through the old UK, man. It was just like 2.5 days there. And then, 2.5 days in Italy. We took a big cruise with the family. And then we ended it with a day and a half in France. It was just like, oh my God. It was just like, go, 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 go. So I was pretty tapped at the end of that. I was like, I'm done hustling. In fact, the next vacation I just want to relax on that one. Like that was great. I mean, you have to do those sort of things to maximize. I don't know when I'll be going to Europe again. It's very expensive. Like we spent 2 years planning that trip. So it was great. It was fun. I wish we were there longer. Yes, I know with the people. Yeah. Caveman, how are we looking, man? Look, if y'all haven't done it already, I always forget we're over half hour in. Please hit the like button. I know by now, I know a lot of your names. Hit subscribe. If you're not, it's very funny is sometimes, and I've done this before too. You think you're subscribed to somebody because you watch them all the time and you're like, oh yeah, I love going to this guy. I see him every weekend. And then you just kind of forget to hit the subscribe button. I talked to a chum on Instagram all the time. I'm like, and then I just went to his page. I'm like, holy crap, am I not subscribed to his channel? Like I've been chatting for a year. So anyway, so just look on down there. Just check out, make sure you're subscribed. If you are, cool. If not, hit it, slap it, whack that like button. You guys are good at that. Eli Cortez is here. What is up? Good to see you, man. Look at you and you're lovely there in that photo. Love it. Hey to her too. Hey, Caveman. Yo. Says Caveman, love my boys. The crew, the Steelbook crew. I know I miss my dudes, man. Is Tony popping in yet? Tony sometimes makes a little appearance. Steelbook crew always represents once in a while in the old chats, which I appreciate. How you doing, pal? Caveman. Let's see, great shots from the convention so far. I got a couple more. I'm planning on posting some more, so be on the lookout. Also, if you want to go to my Facebook page, it's Brian Huckabee. Caveman, let him have it. Just go there and send me a request. I'll like you. We'll be friends. Whatever it is over there, like, follow, friend. Whatever the equivalent is, and we'll make it happen. Let's see. That's awesome. You got to meet Robert. I really like him. He's my favorite part of the jacket. Mine too, dude. Yeah, mine too. I never see Campia there at the convention. I don't know why. I don't know why Campia doesn't go. He's got such a big show that he should do like the John Campia show from Comic-Con. That would be absolutely bonkers, and have him and Robert and Chris Carr there, and then Jonathan, just to have the whole team, and maybe some people that have been on the show before, like maybe I don't know, just like some of his other peeps, I think that'd be great. Aaron Cummings, you could get her on there. I don't know. I think it'd be so good if John would do a live show from the Comic-Con. John Campia, if you're watching now, I know you do. I know you watch me for content. It's all good. It's all good. Take what you want. Take from here. Put it on your show tomorrow. Anywho, yes. All right, doing awesome, brother. Thanks. Heck yeah, bro. Hey, the fish is here. Good morning, Huckster. Morning, Muggles. Driving to work. Can't chat. Well, hey, my friend. Keep me in your ear holes for as long as you can. Fishster. Look, so I got my buddy Fish. He got hosed at Amazon. I think it was Amazon, right? Is where you got it. So he got brand new copy of Roxanne that he got a while ago. Like I do too. We all look around and we have our movies still wrapped. You buy a movie and I'll watch it later. And then 2 years later, you finally unwrap and like, I told you I'd watch it later. Well, he did that with Roxanne just the other day. Unwraps it, cracks it open, no disc. It's empty. Brand new, sealed, done, empty. And now it's too late to send it back. So I gave my boy a tip. Just rebuy it, open that one, right? And then claim that one was empty and then send the empty one back and you're good. Do it all the time. I mean, look, he still bought the movie and he deserves that movie from Amazon. Just the fact that the timing is off isn't his fault. So I say get what's coming yours. Is that English? All right, let's see. Hey, fish. Boobs lollygagging again. He does like to lollygag. Look, Bob's a lollygagger, but he's cheap labor. So it's okay. Could be a boob. Sometimes he's a boob. Lollygagging. I figured it out. Nice sort of airplane-ish delivery, which I highly appreciate. And look, I am stoked about, I'll get to that in a second, The Naked Gun. I don't care. Like, I love that comedy. I love that kind of humor. I I just watch clips of Leslie Nielsen stuff, and I know all the movies and all the lines, and it's just something about the way it's shot, the delivery, Leslie being the one. And look, if anybody is known as and Leslie was known as a dramatic actor, like this made him a comedian actor, and you can't look at him any other way as being funny. Like it's hard for me to go back and watch Forbidden Planet and look at it and not think Frank Drebin, or that he's about to say something or do something funny. Like it's now baked into me that he's more of a comedy actor. So Liam, as serious as he is in all those Taken movies, now we get to see that type of actor do the same thing. And look, from what I've seen, Liam is killing it in the comedy. And I've seen a couple of little when it's something I really want to see, I don't watch a lot. In fact, I only watch the things that are about the 1 or 2 minute, like what I do, like the out of the theater reaction. Those are the only things I watch. I don't watch reviews because they talk too much about it. I just want to see the reaction. So if it's a minute and a half, 2 minutes, that's what I click on. And if they're like, look, do all the jokes land? No. But when they land, are they funny? Hell yeah. That's all I need. Because like even in the old Naked Guns, not every joke lands either. But that's why in things like that, in Airplane, there's a joke like every 30 seconds. So if they don't all land, you're okay. You're going to get plenty other opportunities to laugh. So let's talk about that. All right. So here, I'll read your thing real quick. The Galactus costume is absolutely killer. Boggles my mind how a normal sized person wears this. Dude. So what Caveman, if you just joined us, talking about is when I was at Comic-Con, there was a dude in a Galactus suit and it was unbelievable. So go to my Instagram and I put up a video of that dude walking around amongst the crowd, and it was breathtaking. I mean, everybody that was in the area, like if you missed that got around and people were like, oh my God, I missed Galactus. Like that is, in fact, my buddy called and said, because he was on the back wall when Galactus showed up, he says, you need to get to the back wall right now. Galactus is here. I was like, so again, weaving my way through the crowd. And then, I mean, you couldn't miss him. There he was. So, well, camera came out, started recording as he walked around the corner. I was like, hells yeah. Give Bob a break. He just realized that his name is boring because it's the same. Boo, Bob, please don't delete me. No, man, Bob gets it. In fact, he's you know, his name is the same frontwards and backwards. He gets it. There it is. I was just about to. I swear I didn't read that down there. See, we're like this, man. Thank you. DVD Bunkers, what is good, dude? Welcome. Hey, Deadpool Fanatic, where you been, son? Good afternoon, Hooks Pop Culture Cafe, and more. Smash that like button. Where are we at on those smashy smashes? Let's take a gander. Let's see. I'll do a little refresh on the old thingamadoodle. 18, not too shabby, y'all. 18 at 45 minutes in. I think we can get those two more, get us to 20. I dare you 25 before we sign off at about 9. Let's see. The villain wasn't that good in Thunderbolts. Yeah, I know. See, that's my thing is movies, like the heroes are as good as their villains. And I feel like we're just kind of getting okay villains. I thought he was interesting enough, right? I thought he was very overpowered, but you know, that's that. And go see, okay, you know what? You've now teed me up to the next thing, my friend. Let's just go ahead. I have no clue if this is going to work. Bob, do your best. If you don't mind, you know where we're going next. Do that thing. And then share that thing. Hang on. Let's also remove certain things. Remember, when I'm done with them, I get rid of them. Done with them, get rid of them. There we go. Okay. Just talking out loud. Okay. Let's talk about some box office, since we're kind of talking about, you know, villains and things like that. Boom. Here we go. The box office for the weekend Shazam. No Shazam, just Fantastic Four. There it is, y'all. Fantastic Four, to no one's surprise, kills it in the number one spot with 117.6 mil. That is very good. I will say, my boy in the big red and blue at number 2 with 24.8 did come in a little higher at 125 on its debut weekend, which I'm more happy for because I feel like DC needs the recharge a little bit more than Marvel. Marvel just needs a nice entry into their, you know, franchise to get excited about. And I think that's the movie to do it. let's keep going. This is a banger. Well, I was going to say a banger of a top 5. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. Jurassic World, 13.2. It's killing it globally and everything. I think Superman is going to pass it domestically very soon because it's holding on strong. But Jurassic, because dinos eating people, man, worldwide, people love that. But Superman isn't quite catching on globally. I don't know, because the troubles in the world, everybody with the U.S. and America and all that. So, and he's very much a heroic symbol of America. So I do think that might have something to do with it. Not that DC is floundering, because we're loving it as a DC movie here in the States. So it's still a good movie. So it's got to be about the character, in my opinion. Because if you get to the 4th place, F1 is globally a massive, massive hit. Like just because F1 itself is a very popular sport globally, not just here. So like, just for example, it's made 165 mil just here. And I'm not a car guy. And I went and saw it and freaking loved that movie. I thought it was outstanding. And it's made 345 million overseas, 510 total. So that thing is already, that's a massive hit, y'all. That's a bona fide hit because of the excellent international overseas work that it's been doing. Like, for example, Superman is also at about 503, so very close to that. But it's made 289 here and only 214 internationally. So we're doing more here than elsewhere, which is tough because the entire rest of the planet would be nice to get more monies from that. But that's okay. To me, it's still a hit. All they had to do was reset the franchise of DC having good positive energy around it. And I think Superman's done that. It only dropped in like 57% from last week, where it was at like 50 something. So not bad. The key thing about Superman, though, is it has really great, strong weekly, like the weekdays. It's doing great. So we got to see if Fantastic Four can keep that up. I saw that this weekend. Check out actually I saw it Friday night because I knew going to Comic-Con I wouldn't be able to see it. So saw it with my girls, and I have a very favorable review. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Thought the cast was great. Chemistry was fantastic. Sorry, it's hard to not use the word fantastic. The villains. So here's what we were saying about villains, right? So Galactus is great. Like, I love seeing Galactus, and he's a global threat, an intergalactic threat, really, because of his consumption of planets to survive. And then the Silver Surfer is the herald that flies around and finds the worlds that he's going to devour, which is funny because, like, it's sad that he finds planets that are, habitated, that are populated by humans, and not just some derelict planet that he can consume. Like, what does it taste better when there's people on it? It's like, right? He's just sort of consuming the planet and its resources, not necessarily the people on it. But the people do have to go. So Galactus is a nice threat. Do I think he's one of the greatest villains of all time? Not really, because he's kind of not. He's an entity that by design must do things that are bad, like consuming your planet. And it's how do these 4 prevent it from happening? And that was good. That was good. Like, now that we finally have seen a screen accurate Galactus, and it was in this film, I think we're good, because Galactus isn't the type of villain that has to keep coming back. He can't keep coming back because his only thing, it has nothing to do with the Fantastic Four. It has nothing to do with Earth itself, other than he just wants to eat it. He doesn't want to run it. He doesn't want to rule it. So you can't keep bringing that kind of villain back. That's just going to get old. Like, how are we going to, defeat him this time? How are we going to do this and that? So if you check out this movie, let me know what you think of Galactus and how they handled him. What do they do? Do they take care of him, or is it left ambiguous? I don't know. I'll let you decide. But I think the cast is fantastic. I love you get a little Herbie the Robot in here. And I love, so here's the thing. A lot of people keep saying, well, it's set in the 60s, but on another planet. Well, I beg to differ in that you're assuming that their calendar is the same thing as ours. I say it looks like it's in the 60s, but clearly the technology is even beyond what we have now. So I don't think the 60s has anything to do with this movie. I just think it borrows that beautiful retro aesthetic of the 60s and modernizes it in other areas other than TVs and furniture. Do you know what I mean? Like other than TVs, furniture, like costumes, kind of like, I don't know. So yeah, I don't think it's 60s to them is what I'm trying to say. We say it's the 60s because it looks like our 60s, but who knows? It could be 2082 in the planet they're from. It could be 8,000 something. We don't know what their calendar is, right? So, but anywho, so there they are. We got two titans, Fantastic Four and Superman, doing very well, making the superhero genre robust again. People are excited. Look, we had two pretty minimal producing movies, mid-level, we'll say, movies with Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts. I hate to say it, it's like even though Thunderbolts did well, it was an underperforming film. I feel like there was another one. Did something else come out before that? No, probably just those two, right? You guys let me know if I'm missing one. But they're finally looking good. And then next up for DC, we got Supergirl coming up. So, but there you go. That is it. I've not seen Smurfs, nor do I care to see Smurfs. If you've seen Smurfs and you liked it, that's great. I mean, I do hope someone liked it. I just Smurfs aren't for me, y'all. It's just they've never been. And like I didn't watch them growing up. It's after my time. So, yeah. So if you saw it and you liked it, that's good. It's in 5th place, and then it will be rapidly gone by next week. Let's talk about this, though. While we're on this page, Superman had a very good bonus that unfortunately Fantastic Four doesn't. In its 2nd week, Superman's only competition was I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, which didn't do that well, and even less so was oh my god. So I Know What You Did Last Summer and the animated movie that failed. What was the movie? Oh my gosh. I can't remember. Well, I guess it's Smurfs. It was Smurfs. Yeah, what am I saying? It was Smurfs. Smurfs came out and did very low as well. So Smurfs and No Deal of Summer did not provide competition for Superman, so it was able to stay way up in the charts. Fantastic Four will be facing Mr. Liam Neeson in The Naked Gun. So I think that's something because that'll take some adults away for sure, especially if it is funny. If it's very funny, I think that word's going to get around, and that'll take a bite out of Fantastic Four. And the Bad Guys 2. Let's not sleep on Bad Guys 2. Now, Bad Guys 2. So the first Bad Guys did okay. Like I looked at, I don't think it made more than 100 million total. But I'm gonna pull it up for you to see how. Let's see how good it did. All right, so yeah, so it made about 97 million here, 152 global, 250 worldwide. Not bad, but that's the kind of movie came out in 2022 that, like many movies, gets even more popular while it's on video, on demand, stuff like that. Like my daughter loves that movie. She's 17, mind you, almost 18. And she loves it. She can't wait for this movie. This is the one she wants to see. So take that. So she's 17, but then there's also maybe some younger than her. And then maybe there's adults that have to take their kids. So I feel like if the Bad Guys has sort of the traction that I think it may have picked up during these last 3 years, that's going to take a way bigger chunk than Smurfs did on Superman. I just think it's going to be much popular because Smurfs is such an old brand that not a lot of people seem excited about, whereas the Bad Guys is a pretty fresh thing that came out only 3 years ago, and the younger audiences, I think, are going to be more attracted to the Bad Guys too. And for me, I want to see Fantastic Four again, but if I see something this weekend, it will be Naked Gun, rather than seeing that a second time. Where Superman I saw as quickly as I could, like 2 times in a row. I still want to see it a third time, but I don't know when I'll get that opportunity. So that's what's happening out there, y'all. Let's go ahead and switch over. Bob, if you would, let's just show them. I'm only picking the 2 things. I just talked about them. What's starting? This is what's starting. The Naked Gun and Bad Guys 2. That is coming out. Those are the big humdingers, as we like to say on this channel, coming out this Friday. There's some other things, but look, let's face it, these are the two that are going to bring any sort of competition whatsoever to the box office and the Fantastic Four. So there you go, gang. All right, we are almost, you know what? Let's see. Because I know the time is getting like running out already, let's do a little quick thing with Superman. I just want to point this out, money-wise. In just over 2 weeks, Superman has passed. And look at all these comic book movies. You say that DC is dead. You say no one wants to see a Superman movie. Well, here to those naysayers, I say, these are the totals of all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 last movies that have come out in the recent years. In 2023, these top 3 alone, you got Blue Beetle. This is global box office, by the way. This is not the US. This is global. 131. Shazam 2, 134. The Flash only made 271, and that was supposed to be their big thing. The Thunderbolts this year made 382. Superman has already flown past that. Black Adam, believe it or not, even though a lot of people didn't like it, I enjoyed that movie though. In 2022, made almost 400 million, so it's bested that, and it's still going. Captain America 4 only pulled in 415. Again, trust that. And Aquaman 2, the first one being a $1 billion movie, did not come close to replicating that success with 440. So current box office globally for the Man of Steel is 503.5. So that's it. That's where he stands, y'all. So he's doing good. It's only 16 days in. It's still number 2 at the box office. Can it get to 600? I feel like if it has those strong daily performances, it just might. 7, I feel, is a little bit of a stretch. But I don't know. What do y'all think? So that's it. That's all I got as far as my graphics, because I did not, because of Comic-Con, I didn't get to watch my movie with the killer soundtrack. So I'm going to have to try to peel that out maybe tomorrow morning before I start. So I'll get that out, and then I'll get my review out. Still haven't decided which one it's going to be, because there's so many good movies with great soundtracks. But all right, let's get to y'all real quick. Stop. All right. And just sort of wrap it up with you guys. It's almost 9. Cafe's hopping here this morning, y'all. You came in, you delivered, and I appreciate it. Let's see. All right. Again, I'm just shutting things down as I don't need them anymore. There we go. Funny story about Jade. Funny story about Jade. Only funny if you know what the movie is about. I remember a coworker about 30 years ago, shortly after the film was released, told me that he was going to name his daughter Jade. Ruh-roh. 11 likes. Well, no, I see it up to 18 when I took a look. Please subscribe to DVD Bonkers. Go check them out, y'all. Slap that Bonkers some love, man. Get over there. There's your link. Do it. It's what this channel loves to do. Deadpool Fanatic. Oh, wait, what does it say? I did a new release Tuesday video. Oh, let's go check it out on Williams' channel, y'all. Go to Williams Cinema. If you want, leave a link. Everybody just head on over there. Please subscribe to Deadpool Fanatic. Yep, easier too. Giselle Jones. Were you ambulance driver in the movie Life Stinks? I was not. I'm sure I would have done a good job, though. Probably audition for it. Subscribe to William. Subscribe. Yep. Subscribe. Hit those subscribes. Hit that like button. We're at 23 watching, 12 likes. Really? Did the likes go down since I hit refresh? Let me hit refresh. I know I'm behind on it. So 19. Come on, y'all. I'm about to sign off. I got to get to 20. Can't believe y'all leave me hanging. Hit. No one should complain because it's free. That's right. I don't charge nothing for all this positivity and this energy and these reviews and this good stuff. Let's go. There it is. 26, 19, 20 to 25. Let's go. Leslie Nielsen was definitely the best Naked Gun. Definitely always watchable. Dude, I'm telling you, I rewatched those clips and I was still laughing out loud. And I know every joke that's coming and I still laugh. And that means you've cast it perfectly and your jokes are bangers. So I hope Leslie gets it. I came across an old-timey movie that reminded me of all those Zaz movies. Yep, it's called Hell's a Poppin'. It's hilarious. I've heard of that movie. I haven't seen it, though. It's one of the best dance scenes ever. It's on YouTube. Hell's a Poppin'. I have to look for it. Thinking about the MCU, I wonder how the phenomenon of Avengers 3 and 4 and the snap heard around the world. Awesome conclusion. 20-plus movies wrapped up and tied into a bow. Maybe not that easy to enter. Yeah, it's tough to follow that up, but, you know, they just said, well, now that it's over, let's do everything. Let's try TV shows. Let's try this. And it became what everyone calls homework. Once Marvel turned their cinematic universe into homework, it just started to drop. Like Marvels, I kind of enjoyed Marvels, but guess what? It's because I saw Ms. Marvel and I saw WandaVision. So I knew who those two characters were. But if you're just a movie going person, you don't care about Marvel TV, they kind of come out of the blue. And it's like, oh, here's 3 girls with powers, you know? So yeah, doing that kind of homework, I think really started to hurt Marvel, but here it is. So, okay, here's another thing too. Let's talk about this like super quick, which is origin stories in both Superman and Fantastic Four. What do they do? That's so refreshing. They come out the gate swinging. They're already heroes. They're already there. They've been these heroes for quite some time. So, and we know them by now. We know the Fantastic Four. We know, if anything, we know Superman. May we never see another origin story of Superman ever. We've had 10 years of Smallville, so we got more than an origin we need there. You did it in Man of Steel. You did it in this Christopher Reeve thing. You touch on the Ted and Brandon Routh movie. We're done. It's over. Everyone knows he's a baby from another planet. Moving on. So what do we get? Right out of the gate, Corn Sweat smacks into the snow. He's been beaten up by some massive individual. And look, a lot of people complain, oh, Superman just gets his butt kicked in that entire movie. No, he doesn't. Go watch the movie. He does a lot of butt kicking of his own. But it's nice that if he's constantly untouchable, you're going to complain about that, or those people, not you guys. But that people will complain about that. Oh, he's so powerful. See, I told you, he's so powerful. He just mopped the floor of everybody. So you can't win. Either he mops the floor with everybody, or he gets a little beaten down himself so that when he pulls his bootstraps back up and starts whooping ass, every hero's got to do that. John McClane in Die Hard, he gets his ass handed to him, then he comes back and fight. Ass handed to him, comes back and fight. James Bond, same thing, y'all. These are our heroes. They got to get taken down a peg so they can come back up and rise to the occasion. Sorry, my nose is itching today. So yeah, I love that it's just right out of the gate. And with the Fantastic Four, they did a little TV show thing in there that kind of gives you the backstory, like, here's the anniversary of the Fantastic Four. You know, you've seen it in the trailer. You know, and then they just sort of give you a quick little tutorial, 5 minutes, whatever it is, that is the backstory in case you don't know it. And that's all you need. That is all you need. It's fantastic. So unless heroes are very complicated and need lots of description of how they become that, I think now we've had so many superhero movies for so long now. I think the audience is just ready to watch somebody with a power, regardless of how they have it. And then throughout the movie, you can drop little hints of why they have it. That's great. Audiences now are smart enough, right? They've always been. I always say we're smart. Hollywood thinks we're stupid and they try to dumb it down, but we love a challenge. So show us something that seems unreal and then sort of drop those little breadcrumbs throughout the film so we can piece it together, and then it makes for a more pleasing experience, right? So that's how I want to see all superheroes going forward. When the new X-Men come, I don't need how did they form? Did he meet and this guy met that and how we don't need an origin of how they all went to the school. Let's just have them be the X-Men already, and then maybe a couple of new ones join because so you understand that's what that place is. It's a place where mutants who need salvation can come, right? Let's do that. I love it. I love that we just jumped right in. I think that's why both Superman and Fantastic Four are being so enjoyed. It's just right out of the gate, we're getting a great story, a little bit of backstory for Fantastic Four, none for Superman because we know it already. But you get his dog, man. Oh, I'm not wearing crypto today. Am I blurry? All right. But yeah, so there you go. May not be as easy for someone new to the franchise, thinks they are able to sign up for 20 plus movies to fully appreciate Endgame. There you go. Hey, what did you think of the Avatar 3 trailer? Good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I'll go see it either way. Look, Avatar has been great. It's so funny. Everyone craps on Avatar, yet it made $2 billion. There has to be other people than me that like Avatar because somebody went and saw it, if not once, more than once, that made it a $2 billion movie. The top 3 movies of all time are James Cameron movies, I believe. They're all, I think it's Titanic and 2 Avatars. And then the next 2, it's like superhero movies. So I'm ready to go see. I'm actually, and I did this for Superman and I did it for Fantastic Four. Once I saw the one trailer, I stopped watching. I'm very good at I see the spoilers. Oh my God. End credit sequence explained on Fantastic Four. And that's on Thursday night. Knock it off, you people. It's like, Like people are just ready to spoil stuff. The people watch it too. They get clicks out the wazoo, and it's tens of thousands, if not more, views because people want it. It's like, but I appreciate the headline because I know not to watch it. Right? As long as you're not ruining it in the the headline of your thing, that's fine. Like, don't make the title a spoiler because then you can't even scroll past it because your eyeballs have already read it. So, but I'll never do that on this channel. I'll tell you, like we'll never. If you want a spoiler discussion on Fantastic Four, let's do it. We'll do it and we'll announce it. It'll be as a spoiler conversation. We'll talk Fantastic Four Thursday night, or if you guys want it, let me know and we'll do a Fantastic Four show. We'll do a superhero show. Oh, that sounds fun. We should just do something and talk, and we can be spoilery and all that good stuff, and just let people know, hey, if you come in, we're gonna ruin stuff because we've seen it. And I like those, but I like those when you know that's what it is. So stop ruining everything. Laren, what is that, bud? Oh, you can't write. I was about to wrap up. 19 likes. Hopefully we hit 20. Hello, Laren. It was 20. It was 20. Did it go down? Did somebody take one away? Oh, fans of something. Oh, what's going on, Eddie? Mother Hucker. That's me. We'll be out in your neck of the woods again. This year for Halloween Horror Nights. Noise with Horror More. Love it. Like 2 years ago, she's playing. Nice, dude. Let me know when you are here. Actually, on Halloweener night, our boy Tim from Tim Talks Talkies, he's coming out here to visit the old Cali as well. And on Halloween night, we're going to go see John Carpenter in concert perform Halloween on Halloween. How cool is that? Because, he's a composer. He does all of his own movies. So he's going to do his own music, and just to hear Carpenter play Halloween on Halloween, that's going to be epic. Here we go. Ed, look at that. Lair Boy. Lair Boy. Cave. Love Avatar. Finally, one other guy out there that likes Avatar. There you go, guys. Well, I think we've hit it. We've done it. Look at that. 907, like champs you guys are. For everybody that just came in, thanks for popping in. Caveman, where are we at? Did we hit the 20 love there, guys? If you're a fan of this show and you come here every week, I really appreciate it. I see by hitting refresh, we are at 20 watching and 20 liking. Man, you guys get one of these, a couple of these, one of these, a couple of snaps, finger guns, whatever you want, man. I'm all here for you. But this has been a fun morning. I know these fly by. I am probably planning on trying some night shows in August, so be on the lookout for those. Until then, we're still riding high on these morning shows because you guys have re-energized me to keep coming on and doing this thing. And with that, I'll bid you adieu. Get out there and get that physical media. Keep it alive, y'all. Whatever you buy today, just show it some love. Oh, I didn't show you. At the convention, just real quick, this is what I picked up. This is the only thing I picked up from Shout Factory are these pin sets. You have to get the big special deals, you got to get the movie and then the pins and the poster and then this, that, and it always costs like $150. These were only $40 just to get the pins. And they had their movies there too. They had like Bring It On, Ace Ventura Steelbook, all those things. But it's funny because being there was no discount. There wasn't like buy two, and get $5 off and buy three. They were all top price. And yet, if I just wait on their sales, I'll get all those movies they had on sale. Yes, I'm there and they're sitting. So the one thing you can't get are these individual pin sets. So be on the lookout. I'm going to unbox this. We're going to do a special unboxing pin set of Piranha. And these are very fun. Like they had They Live, this, The Fog, RoboCop 2. They had a whole bunch of cool ones. They'll be in that video. Just be on the lookout for it. But this is the one I thought I would pick because I thought it was kind of cute. So yeah, I showed you that. All right, so we're going to end it with a teaser of the Piranha pins. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Until next time, Bob, if you would, try to take me off the screen this time and show them the members. All my cafe members for their support. And if you'd like to be a cafe member to help support the channel, please consider hitting that join button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your time with me. So until next time, be safe, be kind, See you on the next one.